time for the Trucker John live stream. Gonna be a good time. Oh yeah. The Trucker John live stream. Come along for a good time. It's a good time, good time, good time, good time. Trucker John live stream. Gonna be a good time. Gonna be the time of your life. Gonna talk some shit. Hush your mouth. Gonna talk a little smack. Gonna talk whatever comes of it. You're gonna always wanna come back. Well, yeah, it's the Trucker John live stream. He's the biggest, baddest, funniest mother you've ever seen. Watch your mouth, he's headed south. Not even sure what that means, but if it's one thing I know, the Trucker John live stream is the best thing you've ever seen. Shots of the Trucker John live stream, on a good time. Oh yeah, the Trucker John live stream. Come along for a good time. It's a good time, good time, good time. The Trucker John live stream is gonna be a good time. Gonna be the time of your life. Gonna talk some shit, hush your mouth. Gonna talk a little smack. Gonna talk whatever comes of it. You're gonna always wanna come back. Oh yeah, it's the Trucker John live stream. He's the biggest, baddest, funniest mother you've ever seen. Watch your mouth, he's headed south. Not even sure what that means, but if it's one thing I know, the Trucker John live stream is the best thing you've ever seen.
It's time for the Trucker John live stream. Gonna be a good time. Oh yeah, the Trucker John live stream. Come along for a good time. It's a good time, good time, good time. Trucker John live stream. It's gonna be a good time. Gonna be the time of your life. Gonna talk some shit, hash your mouth. Gonna talk a little smack. Gonna talk whatever comes of it. You're gonna always wanna come back. Oh yeah, it's the Trucker John live stream. He's the biggest, baddest, funniest mother you've ever seen. Watch your mouth, he's headed south. Not even sure what that means, but if it's one thing I know, the Trucker John live stream is the best thing you've ever seen. It's time for the Trucker John live stream. Gonna be a good time. Oh yeah, the Trucker John live stream. Come along for a good time. It's a good time, good time, good time. Trucker John live stream. It's gonna be a good time. Gonna be the time of your life. Gonna talk some shit, hush your mouth. Gonna talk a little smack. Gonna talk whatever comes of it. You're gonna always wanna come back. Oh yeah, it's the Trucker John live stream. He's the biggest, baddest, funniest mother you've ever seen. Watch him out, he's heading south. Not even sure what that means, but if it's one thing I know, the Trucker John live stream is the best thing you've ever seen.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, the moment you've been waiting for. Trucker John. All right. Make sure the mic is on. Mic is on. Alrighty. So, since I'm over here, I guess I'll put this up here
just so we have a little something on the screen. And this is Gay Pride Month, so keep that theme going. It says people's nasty reactions toward Pride Month is the exact reason why we have Pride Month. In case people were wondering. Whoops. You know, people are always like, why do we have Gay Month? Or why do we have this month and that month? We should just have America Month. Or whatever. Anyhow, guys, hey, thanks for being here. Roxanne Armfield, first one in. Good morning, everyone. Teresa's here, hug a greeter. Good to see Teresa in the chat. MJ Daniel, good to see you. Thanks for being here. Gino Maynard is here. Hello, Gino. Good to see Gino in the chat, in the truck stop, in the rest area, the Truckers Lounge. I think Truckers Lounge is kind of good. Steve is here. Hello, Steve. Good to see Steve. Donna O in the chat. In the Truckers Lounge. Got Fancy. Never fear. Fancy is here. Mish is here. Good to see Mish. We got Big Hook. Hugs and kisses, Teresa. Roxanne, Fancy, Mish, and the Huggy Bear Extraordinaire. Let's see. Jolie's here. Jolie made it. I'm going to scoot this back a little bit so I don't keep hitting the table. Let's see, who else is here? We got, hey, Walter Makarovich is here. Good to see Walter. Says, good morning, Trucker John, and to all. What a great speech delivered by President Biden this morning on D-Day. I have to ask you, Trucker John, did you see who Murdoch, owner of Fox News' wife, is now? No. Wasn't he married to... I know he was married to some actress, right? So I don't know, did he get remarried? Is there a new one now or what? So fill me in. So we got Roxanne, Hug Greeter, Mish, Big Hook here, Big Hook, Jolie, the Turtle Wrangler is here. You have many envious turtle fans here. We want to know if yours will grow up and be a teenage mutant ninja turtle. I think only if there's a vat of some sort of toxic waste or something. Torby Cat. Hello, Torby Cat. Good to see you. Thanks for being here. Good old Torby Cat. Let's see. Putin's ex-girlfriend. Oh, Walter McCarthy, Putin's ex-girlfriend. Wow. Isn't it funny? And I don't mean like funny like in a good way, but funny, odd, or peculiar, or whatever, how they just keep running in these circles. You know, it always comes back to Russia, doesn't it? Walter Makarovich, she still calls him uncle. That's kind of weird. Anyhow, there we are. Everyone, it looks like we're kind of caught up with the chat. Julie says, Teresa, Walter, Donna, Fancy, Roxanne, Mish, Big Cook. She says, saying hi to everybody. Basically saying hi to everybody. But anyhow, good morning. Here we are. It is already June 6th, folks. We're like halfway through the year already in June. And here it is in Las Vegas, where I'm at, already 93 degrees at 9:14 in the morning. That's ridiculous. That's freaking ridiculous. And we're supposed to get a high of, I think, 109. According to my watch. And my watch doesn't lie to me. So it's 93 already. It's gonna go to 109. And we are the first week of June. Yeah, we're about a month ahead of schedule with this weather, with this type of weather. But what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? Torby Cat says, can't wait to vote for Biden Harris. Me too, Torby. I am chomping at the bit. Rovember. Oh, Rovember, the time to remember. Oh, yeah. It's going to be Rovember. Like the likes of which you've never seen. Trump is fucked, folks. All we got to do is vote. As long as we vote, as long as we show up and turn up, Trump is fucked. And so are the Republican Party. We just got to show up, got to vote. That's why I have the thing in the beginning or about voting blue, no matter who, and all that shit. And I don't want to get caught up in the semantics or about voting. I think the no matter who parts bugs a lot of people. All right? If I could change the song, I would. I'd be like, okay, just vote blue. Even though I did write those lyrics in that little thing, but I didn't write the graphics. It's important that we vote, and it's important. A lot of people will say, "I'm not going to tell you who to vote for." Well, I'm telling you, at least the party to vote for, because the Republicans aren't doing it. They're not doing it for me, and they're not doing it for you, and they're not doing it for America. They're just doing it for themselves and for the big fucking multi-billionaire donors. You know, the Republican Party and all of the politicians and office holders in the Republican Party, they are just the lapdogs of the multi-billionaires and the billion-dollar corporations. That's all they are. That's all they are. So we got to stop voting for Republicans. So yeah, I'm going to say, hey, vote for Democrats. Because I really haven't seen any third parties that are really, I mean, the Green Party, they've got some good things, but they could be a little too radical, I think. And a little too naive, I think. But there's things about the Green Party that I like, obviously. I'm for the environment. I'm for green, renewable energy. So, yeah, there's some good parts of the Green Party. The Libertarians, I think, are really just total whack jobs. The only thing I've ever really agreed about with them on is, of course, like legalization of weed. Those type of things. Those type of sort of like freedom for people to do what they want to do as long as they don't hurt anyone else. I believe in that basic, kind of philosophy. But then they go off and it's like, and that means I shouldn't have to pay any taxes. There should be no taxes or whatever. And I still don't know how you're supposed to run a country of 350 million people without collecting some kind of taxes. Because all of us, no matter what party we're in, I think we bitch about the infrastructure. We bitch about the potholes in the roads, and we bitch about the traffic. And, we bitch about all this kind of shit. But if you're thinking that like private industry is just going to take care of all that, that's no way to run a country. Is what I'm trying to say. I mean, yeah, you might have some areas that are beautiful and up to date and modern, and then you could drive one block over and it could look like a fucking fifth world country, a ninth world country or whatever. You know what I mean? So, we have to have budgets, and we have to. We got a big giant country to run, and you can't just do it without taxes. I'm sorry, I don't know. You can't just do it on the largesse of a few, people who donate or whatever. This doesn't work that way. So, out of the choices, I think the Democratic Party is the best choice. I always have. I've been a Democrat my whole life. I've always seen the difference between the Republican Party and the Democratic Party. I've always felt that the Republicans were just looking out for the best interest of the back then it was more like multi-millionaires and multi-million-dollar companies back in the 70s and 80s. Now it's the multi-billionaires, But and I've always felt the Democratic Party has been more for doing things for the working class man, working class people, and the poor, and trying to lift people out of poverty. That's into the working class or middle class. That's how I've always felt, and I don't think it's really changed since I've been around. So, Torbicat says, I like our two-party system, but Republicans are bring nothing anymore. Yeah, The Republicans, they have shit policies. Let's just face it, folks. They have shit policies. So don't vote for them, please. Stop voting for them. Marjorie Taylor Greene, in her district in Georgia, I understand it's ruby red apparently, but my God, do you honestly, when you see her talk so disrespectfully to Dr. Fauci, do you really like that? Is that what you really want in your representative, to see the way she talks? Not only to Dr. Fauci, but to her colleagues in the Senate or in the House, in Congress. The way she talks, she's disgusting. I mean, how low are the Republicans going to go? How low will the voters go to keep re-electing a Marjorie Trash Greene? You know, I mean, come on, have a little bit of, I don't know, self-respect or something, you know? Stop electing her. And the guy that's running for her, he's a Democrat, and I was just hearing it on Ojeda, on his show. He said that the guy running against MTG, I guess, is a freaking general, retired general in the military. And they still won't vote it. They still, just because he has a D next to his name. They really need to primary that bitch, man. I can't stand MTG. She is disgusting. She, you know, I mean, it's been kind of in the running. Like, who's the most disgusting? You know, Matt Gaetz, Jim Jordan, Tommy Tuberville. I mean, there's a whole list of them that are just horrible human beings. I mean, they're not. It's not even just having a disagreement with some policies. These are horrible, horrible people. And I think MTG has taken the crown. And that district in Georgia, they're going to fucking re-elect her. Unless something really changes. I don't know. I don't know if this general that's running against her has a chance, but I don't know. Maybe look him up and throw a couple bucks his way or something. I don't know. Walter Makarovich says, yes, yesterday Speaker Johnson quietly put 2 criminals on committees in the House. It must be stopped. Yeah, that's another thing. He put Ronnie Jackson and who was the other one? I can't remember his fucking name now, but on one of the committees, intelligence committees. And the other guy, the guy that I can't remember his name, he was one of the planners of January 6th. He's one of the people that should be in jail. He should be on trial, and they should convict him, and they should sentence this motherfucker to jail. I can't remember his name. Maybe you guys will bring it up. Maybe Walter can. And now they're putting these guys in the committee positions where they can oversee the FBI. And the FBI, of course, is the one that are investigating him. Talk about putting the fox in the hen house or whatever. So hopefully, you know, they might shut it down now, but hopefully, God willing, American people, we need to fucking vote Democrats. Because this is why I say vote for Democrats. Because we gotta shut this shit down. These Jan 6ers, and so many of them are in Congress. They were Jan 6ers. They helped plan the thing. And they need to be brought to justice. And you're not going to get that justice if you vote for Republicans. You're just not. They're going to shut it down. They're going to shut the investigations down and just bury it. So, if for no other reason, this is a fucking awesome reason to vote for Democrats. Because they will make sure that those investigations go forward. I'm pretty sure. You know, once they're not shackled by, you know, little Mikey Johnson, they will get these investigations going, and they will get these guys, these Jan 6ers, and that's what they're afraid of. These Republicans, that they are scared shitless of that. Fancy says MTG is a mental case. She is a horrible human being. She is the lowest of the low, man. Trophy Cat, Fauci has done nothing wrong. He protects us all. Fauci, yeah, he helped. His work and you know, of course, all those other doctors and scientists around him, they have saved millions of lives, millions and millions of lives. Yeah, Jolie says MTG heckles our president, zero respect. Yeah, so she should get zero respect. I saw a little bit of a clip where she was almost like whining, like, "Do you see how they treat me? Yeah, bitch, you fucking deserve it. You deserve more than that. To be treated even worse." Fancy says, I think there's something wrong with her mentally. They were calling her the B word and heckling her, and she was laughing all happy like a lunatic. That's just her way of trying to, you know, bounce it back, you know, or whatever. Roxanne, I like this word. Roxanne says, Marjorie is a putrid person. She is putrid. She is putrid. Robert Perez, top of the morning to you, driver, and all you trucklers. Hey, Robert Perez, good to see you. Thanks for being here. You guys make sure you hit that like button for me and subscribe. We do have 27 watchers and 30 likes, so that's pretty good. But keep those likes coming in and share that show out, because there's plenty of me to go around. Walter McCarevich, Perry from Pennsylvania. Yeah, it was Perry. Rick Perry. No, is it Rick Perry? There's so many Rick Perrys and Rick Scotts and Scott Ricks and but yeah, Rick Perry. I think or Perry. Just don't say Joe Perry. Yeah, this guy. He was a Jan 6er. He was totally in on that, and he's under investigation, and now he's going to be in oversight over that. And so don't be surprised if that investigation gets shut down real quick. Roxanne says, so true, Walter Makarevich and Trucker John. Thank you. Mish says she is despicable. I think we just all can't stand her, right? Mr. Spock, I was going to buy new sneakers, but I found some in good shape. I think I put them away 6 years. Wow. It's almost like you got to re-break them in, huh, Mr. Spock? Oh, Mr. Spock, live long and prosper. I'm not very good at this, but I'm trying. I'm trying. Gina Maynard says conservatives have totally retconned Jan 6 and COVID into an alternate reality. Fancy says, when cleaning my closet out a week ago, I found 3 brand new pairs I totally forgot about. Wow, you guys in the shoes. You got the shoes. You got so many shoes. Big Hook says, why would Vegas do that? Because Trump would steal money from casinos as he fleeces the maggots. I guess I skipped something about Vegas. I guess I'm mid-thread on that one. I don't know what the reference to Vegas is in that, but so I don't know what Vegas is doing other than being really hot right now. Fancy says, yeah, she deserves it with MTG. She deserves to be, you know, criticized at least. Hey, Shannon's Tigre? Is there good to see Shannon's Tigre? Watusis is here. Steve Bannon going to prison, dude. Steve Bannon will go to prison, yes. I think he's out on appeal or whatever now, but he's going to go. I believe, right? Fancy says today is the court date, right, Watusi? It's today. Okay. Keep me informed, people. I need you. That's what I need you guys to do. Keep me informed. Fancy says it was Summer Colors 2. I missed that. Mish, they are truly frightening. Roxanne, good morning, Watusi. Do the Watusi. Robert Perez, howdy everyone. Who votes Democratic Blue? Hello back at you. Big Hook says Trump is visiting Saturday at noon. Yeah, I didn't hear you mention that before, but yeah, he's going to be here at noon, and it's projected to be at least 105 degrees daytime high, and it's an outdoor event. Last time he was here, he did it at the what's called Big League Dreams. Have you guys seen those? They're all around the country, where they have these baseball fields and they decorate them or whatever to look like Yankee Stadium or Dodger Stadium or Fenway Park or Wrigley Field or whatever. Some of the famous parks, they sort of they put up these little facades to make it look like that. I think that's where he was last time. I was going to try to go out there because last time I remember I was live streaming. I guess it was it earlier this year or maybe last fall. Anyhow. And as I was doing the live stream, then I figured out. Oh, I remembered he was there that day, and I can't talk today. I ended the live stream, and I actually drove out there, but I couldn't find it exactly, or I was too late or something. I don't know. It's the same way when Biden was here. I was trying to find Biden, and trying to find these places. They don't really advertise them, But anyway, I thought it would be interesting to go out there and bring my my phone out there, my iPhone, and do a live, and just go live or at least do video of me walking around amongst the maggots and maybe ask them some questions or whatever. This one here, I don't know where he's going to be on was it Saturday or Sunday? This weekend, whatever day it's going to be. And I don't know if I'm going to do that. I don't know if I want to stand out in the 105 degree heat at noon. But it might be interesting to go out if I can get some sort of video of it. Although, you know what? I don't know. I'll have to think about that. I don't even know where he's going to be. Probably at that same park. He might be at that same park. For some reason, he chooses these parks. I guess that's all he can afford, or all that they'll let him do. Because, like we all know, he stiffs people. He won't pay people for security and all that kind of stuff. So he probably tries to find whatever place he can, I guess. Misha says, "Fancy Mr. Spock, I love when I go shopping in my own closets." Oh, yeah, like he finds stuff. Big Hook, I have it on all messages. I just didn't see it because I scrolled down, and then I'm not going to spend time scrolling back up. Fancy, I got a couple of shelves in there. I know when you put stuff away, it's like, then you forget like what's in. Like I have boxes and stuff, and I'm like, what's in that box? And then I'm like, I should probably just write on the outside of the box with a marker what it is, but then I never do. Or sometimes I do. Or sometimes I reuse boxes, and then it's not, the stuff that's in there is not what I marked it to be. It's just never ending. The junk that piles up, all the stuff. It's just never ending. Okay, so what else? I got some other memes going on here. Let's see. Let's see. We're talking about voting blue. Let's put old Dark Brandon right there. Vote blue, baby. I am chomping at the bit to vote for Biden, Harris, 24. It really should be a stomp. Biden won by 8 million votes last time. I don't see that going down. I really don't. I don't see, why would it? I mean, why would it go down? I was thinking that he might win this time by at least 10 million votes. There was a caller on a show I was listening to last night where a guy was saying he thinks Biden's going to win by 20 million votes. Now, I don't want to get out over our skis here or whatever, but like I say, none of this will happen if we don't vote. We got to show up, we got to vote, and I say vote blue. That means voting for Biden because Biden is the Democrat. And when we say blue, we're talking about Democrats. And I guess when we say red, we're talking about Republicans. Just make sure everyone votes. Like I always say, check your registration, vote.org, whatever source you have. Make sure you're registered. Check it all the time. There's all kinds of voter suppression. If you're in a red state or a red area, you got to really watch out for voter suppression. So be on the lookout. Be on the lookout there. Fancy one man's drunk. Yeah, is another person's treasure. Big Hook, isn't that what garage sales and yard sales are for? I used to have yard sales all the time. We were quite successful. A lot of them got rid of a lot of junk and would make a few $100. Fancy, I will vote as soon as my ballot arrives. There you go. I still have my ballot because we have early voting, and I still haven't sent it in yet. I think tomorrow is kind of the last day for early voting. And I still haven't looked up those justices of the peace. Like I said I would. I need to do that today. Today's the 6th, right? So, although if I don't vote, I can still vote on. Oh, you know what? I think early voting goes to the 11th. Or is that? Oh, I'm confused now. Or the 11th might be the voting day. I don't know. Well, either way, I'm going to get my ballot in. But I just wanted to look up those justices of the peace real quick, and I still haven't done it. Walter Repairovich says, Trucker John, just wanted to let you know I got that info from Texas Paul's yesterday's show. If you get a chance, please watch it. It was one of his best. I will check that out. I like Texas Paul. He's good. Very, very, very smart guy and very informative. So I will do that. I will check that out because I like to know. I like to know what's going on, especially with these appointments and in the background of these. People like that Perry and exactly the involvement. I just read somewhere that he was involved in Jan 6, a very, very instrumental part of the January 6th planning. Trophy Cat says the LGBTQ plus community has a Pride Month because they have been so marginalized. They deserve the same treatment as everyone else. In Russia, it is against the law to be gay. Wow. Yeah, see, places like Russia, and this is what they want. This is what these Republicans want, is to be like Russia. Mish, I voted. Good job, Mish. Good on you. Big Hook says, Trump flip-flopped on mail-in voting now. Trump is pretty desperate. Oh, he's very desperate. Trump is, because he knows he's fucked. He's going to go to jail. He's going to lose the election. His life is over, basically. Have you seen him? Have you seen Trump lately? He looks like shit. The guy looks like shit, total shit. And it's not just because of his age or whatever. I think it's because of he is finally feeling some stress in his life. He's been this privileged, pampered, rich kid, and all his life, and I think he's finally feeling it, man. He's finally feeling the stress of his crimes. This is the result of his living a criminal life. So he deserves it. And like I've said in past shows, I hope he rots in prison, whatever, I just hope he goes off and rots. But he's done. He's fucked. Like I say, all we got to do is vote. We just got to show up. Mr. Spock, just buy an AC suit, work in a comfortable 72 degrees. Do they have those? An AC suit? That sounds pretty cool. Probably pretty expensive, though, maybe. I don't know. Fancy, he hasn't been spraying himself as much. Yeah, he's not as orange, but you can just see he looks really haggard and just low energy, and like that interview he did with those three, were they Fox people or whatever? He just, he looked very, very haggard. I think haggard is a good word for that. Mishi looks like the monster that he is. Roxanne, sadly, there are several countries there are countries as well that does that, Turby Cat. Yeah, all the bad ones, for sure. And there are people here that want to make us one of the bad countries. The maggots, they want to make us into one of the bad countries, and we just can't stand for it. We got to put our foot down, and we got to vote blue. Let the world know that we don't stand for this shit. It's kind of what we did with this conviction, this latest conviction of Trump. It was kind of a good message to put out to the world that, hey, we're not putting up with this shit. We're not, because in case you were worried and wondering, we're not putting up with Trump's shit. So that's why these convictions, that's why these trials, or at least one reason why these trials are really important, and that he needs to be convicted, and he needs to be sentenced really harshly, because we need to send a message out to the rest of the world that we're not turning into a dictatorship. We're not losing our democracy like some other countries have around the world. So it's very important. That's why it's very important that the Trump be convicted, be tried, convicted, and sentenced, and tossed in jail. It's very important. Torby Cat, a teacher at his school said he was the stupidest kid he has ever seen. And I'm not surprised. That does not surprise me, because he's a stupid ass. He's just a stupid ass motherfucker who learned some shit. He just learned how to do a few, sales tricks to gain confidence in people. He's a con man, but he's an idiot. He's no one that I would ever want to be around. There's no redeemable, qualities about him. He's just a horrible person. And like I said, he deserves to just be sent somewhere to just rot. Keith Politz here. Hey Keith, good to see you. Says infrastructure projects will make a good case in November. Yeah, it will be. But the number one thing is going to be November, and I think, and stripping away of rights, which is part of November. But infrastructure, making sure that we get the credit for it, calling out these Republicans that voted no against these these bills like the Inflation Reduction Act and things of this nature, and we need to call them out and say, why are you trying to take credit for it now when you voted no on it? Because there are some Republicans that are doing that, and they've been caught. They've been caught red-handed, but we need to just make sure that they don't get away with it. Big Hook, Hannah threw him another life preserver as she delayed his trial indefinitely. Yeah, that's not going to be indefinitely. I mean, it's just especially after November, things will change after November. Jolie says he's not Teflon Don anymore. No, Mr. Spock, it's the Wizard of Mar-a-Lago. Pull the curtain away. And Viola? Hideous. Me, so much bad news. Well, it's not all bad news. I mean, it's going to be good news in November, I think. Tory Cat, Roxanne Arnold, yes, it is terrible how they are treated. A country is only as good as it treats its people. Fancy, is E. Jean Carroll suing him again? I don't know, but she should. Because I think he's violated that court ruling. I think he's still defaming her. So I'd say keep suing the motherfucker. Big Hook says the 11th Circuit needs to remove Cannon from the documents case. It's so obvious that she is in the tank. Roxanne, I understand that's in the works. Hey, Andrea's here. At Heather Teresa, I need to somehow contact you. Give Jolie or at Carl Smith your info, please. They're still trying to work on getting you in where you're back on the Hal's chat. Apparently, for some reason, you've been having problems, and so it looks like Andrea is still working on that for you. So that's hopefully they'll get that figured out. Roxanne Arfield says the sooner the better. Big Hook. Keith Pete is ready to call out those taking credit for things they posed. By Pete, I guess you mean Buttigieg? Yeah, I saw a good video clip on him too. Was it yesterday? Where he seemed to be calling out a lot of that. Yeah, Pete Buttigieg is good. I like Pete. Tori Cat says now they are reporting that Biden is doing the border policy because he wants the votes, but they don't talk about how 45, the original policy, had shut down because he wanted something to run. Yeah, there's just no satisfying those Republicans and the maggots. I mean, yeah, first of all, they make this border thing into a huge issue, you know, just to try to rile people up, rile their base up, or whatever. So then the Congress comes up with a border bill that's bipartisan, and it addresses a whole slew of issues that Republicans say they want, and it's all in there. And they won't even take it up for a vote because of Trump, because Trump told them not to. And then they just want to turn around and just keep saying that Biden opened the border, Biden's opened the border. And so then Biden does this executive order and says, okay, well, we'll do this. And then they're just going to say, oh, he's just doing it for votes. Well, you know, he's doing it because you left him no other choice. You got a border bill sitting there, just waiting to be passed through, and Biden will sign it. But you don't want to do it because your orange leader, not so much orange anymore, as we talked about, but said to quash it. So, fuck you, right-wing whoever, media and detractors and maggots. Fuck you. You can't have it both ways. Either pass the goddamn bill or shut the fuck up. Because it's right there. It's waiting to be signed. Just got to put it up for a vote. It's going to pass. Biden will sign it. So quit your fucking bitching, Republicans. Roxanne Orfield says the Republicans have no shame. Damn hypocrites. Yeah. Toby Cat, is it Title 42? Biden is going to us. It's not as good as policy we could have, but Republicans kissing for the ass. No, it's not Title 42. Because last night on Dude, we had a guy who was arguing that it was legal to shoot asylum seekers crossing the border. Yeah, I heard that too, Big Hook. I was listening, and that guy was an idiot. But that's the mentality of a lot of gun owners. They think that you cross their line onto their property, you can just shoot them. Just boom. No questions asked, just boom. And that's not the case. There has to be some sort of threat to your life, a threat to your safety, or your family's safety. You have to feel threatened for your life. You can't just say you can't just shoot somebody just because they crossed from the sidewalk into your front lawn or something. It's ridiculous. Gino Maynard says GOP bad faith virtue signaling. Mish says pro-life though. Yeah, right. Yeah, pro-life. They're gonna shoot somebody just because they stepped onto their lawn, or if they have a. I guess what he was talking about, like if you have a ranch on the border. I'm not sure that's what he's talking about, but and someone just steps onto your land, that you can just shoot them. You can't. They have to pose a fucking threat to you. And all these people are doing is they're just walking in and trying to claim asylum or whatever, or look for work or whatever. So now, I'm not saying, let's say you want to keep a gun for protection, and if someone did, start storming your house or trying to break into your house or was acting in a threatening manner, I mean, then you might have justification, but you can't just willy-nilly just go, oh, you're over the line, boom. You can't fucking do that. But that's what this guy, that caller last night, and that's what a lot of people think. They just think, you put one toe on my property and I'm going to blow your head off, and be completely justified in doing so. And it's not, that's not the way it's supposed to work. Trevor Cat, I used to use driveways to turn around, but don't anymore. Yeah, it's just because these people are crazy. They're absolutely fucking crazy. Bonnie Agliata says, at Steve Nipping Roses, I guess. But good to see Bonnie here. Bonnie's in the chat and watching and listening. Thanks for hanging out with us. MJ Daniel, pro-birth, whether you want it or not, party, not freedom. Pro-birth, whether you want it or not, party, not freedom. Okay. Steve says at Bunny Aguilera, going between, we make up words as we go along over here. MJ Daniel says they think they can and are even eager to shoot somebody. Yeah, some of them, they're just waiting for any type of excuse, any type of thing that, yeah, there definitely are people, some of these gun owners. I'm not saying all gun owners are that way. I'm sure they're very responsible gun owners, and they just want it for self-protection. They like to go hunting, like to do target practice, things of this nature. That's fine. But some of them are just chomping at the bit to shoot somebody. It's just weird. I guess those are just, some people are just sort of homicidal or something, I guess. Steve says, it's okay today, hailstones yesterday. Oh, you had hailstones, huh? Big Hook says, Texas has long been titled the killing fields for quite some time and is one of the most dangerous states. I've never heard it referred to as the killing fields, to be quite honest. Maybe up in Canada, that's how you look at it. I've never heard of it as being called the killing fields. Roxanne says, good morning, MJ Daniel. I'm not saying that I'm sticking up for Texas. I don't like Texas. I've been through Texas. Texas is a weird state. They just have a whole different weird mentality down there. Texas is one of my least favorite states. But I've never heard of it called the killing fields. I've heard of Cambodia being called the killing fields. Gino says the right has successfully made the border an issue. I don't blame Biden for reacting to a political issue to attract disgruntled conservatives and independents. And plus, you know, it's not just to attract them, but it's the right thing to do. Since the Congress is unable to do it, then he's doing what he can do. Turby Cat, Texas killing fields is like the LISK in murders of women in Long Island. See, yeah, you guys bring up stuff I've never heard of the LISK. I don't know what that is. In Long Island, I haven't heard of this murders of women in Long Island. You know, I'm out here in Nevada. I guess I'm living a sheltered life. But there's stuff out here in Nevada that goes on that I don't even know about. Sometimes I'll hear a news story and I'm like, oh my God. You know, I mean, there's maybe the whole United States is the killing fields. I don't know. Gina Maynard, good point, John. Did I make a good point? I'm not sure what my point was. About doing what you have to do. Turby Guy says there are quite a few women killed in an area of Texas. That's what I heard of the Texas killing fields. Okay. Wow. That's pretty horrible. Hey, Pastor Bodaster's here. Good to see you. Pastor Bodaster says Gilgo Beach murders is in Long Island. I'm sure we have these places all over the country, huh? And that's sad. That's so sad. We have these little killing fields and these murder sprees and serial killers and just all over the country. Turby Cat, there are quite a few documentaries about both LISK and TKF. Okay. I guess I just don't watch those type of shows. I don't know, but thanks for bringing it up because it just shows how we do need. I think we need some sort of comprehensive gun safety laws going on, right? Big Hook says we keep getting rain and unusual cold temperatures. I think the heat over the ocean is making the cold clouds heavy and then dump on us as they go over the mountains. Yeah, that's like what they say is El Nino or something. MJ Daniel says the USA is almost I was just doing something. For some reason my this thing keeps freezing. But anyhow, we keep MJ Daniel says the USA is almost at the point where the UN may have to put out a travel restriction as being too dangerous. Yeah. I think they've done stuff like that before, haven't they? Issued these travel warnings. Torvy Cat says there is an area in New Mexico also. Wow. See? It's everywhere. Fancy Los Angeles weather has been very pleasant. All right, just making sure I'm back. Yeah, I've been hearing about the weather in LA, and I love that shit. I love it when we get June gloom and it keeps things cool for as long as possible. I'm always for putting off the summer heat as long as possible because you know it's going to come. The summer heat's going to come at some point, and the longer you can go before it gets here, the better. Believe me. Pastor Bordastro says going to be 106 to 108 here in Bakersfield. Good old Bakersfield. Big Cook says they found mass graves in Texas and haven't found the serial killer yet. 24 bodies in one place. Wow. That's sad and scary. Bonnie Agliata says New Jersey found a body and another. Missing women all over. Some were in harm's way. Others... students, moms, horrible. They were probably all in harm's way. But yeah, it's just crazy, isn't it? It's just, what the fuck, man? You know? Ugh. Bede, he's here. Beede or Bede. Thanks for being here. Don't know if I've ever seen you before, but thanks for being here. Bede says, the thing is, Biden could put landmines, tanks, and vicious guard dogs right across the border, and these right-wing assholes will still complain. It's all they have. Yeah, you're right, Bede. And thanks for being here, by the way. Make sure you hit that like and subscribe and share button for me. And when you hit the share button, actually share it to something. But Bede, that's a great point, because, yeah, no matter what, they would never be satisfied, because they can't show, they've set themselves up to be this party of just obstruction and of no compromise whatsoever. So they can't show any type of, I guess, approval of anything that a Democrat does, especially a Democratic president. Yeah, Biden could do all that shit. The shit that they sometimes talk about doing. Who was it that said to put alligators and shit like that? And if he did that, they would still bitch and they would still complain. There's no satisfying those assholes. So it comes to a point where you just gotta say fuck them, and we're just gonna do what's best for the country and fuck you guys. Roxanne says, my area is heading for the hot season. MJ Daniel, we will be around 80 on Friday, just right. Yeah, that sounds nice. 80 sounds good. Fancy says, always watch your surroundings, lady. Yep. Head on a swivel, man. Head on a swivel. Torby Cat, I think the reversal of Roe versus Wade will make it worse. Our country is degrading the life of women. We are headed for Handmaid's Tale. That's why we got to vote, Torby. Rovember, man. It's going to be Rovember. Hey, Donna O gifted Trucker John membership. And it went to Alvin's too. Thank you, Donna O. That's pretty cool. Very nice of you. That's a cool thing. Thanks for that. Pastor Bodaster, I'm just telling people who are undecided to vote for women's rights this year. That's the thing that Democrats need to run on, for sure. It's a winning issue, I think. Torby Cat, it was MTG that wanted the alligators. Yeah, you could do that and put a big moat and put it full of alligators and all that kind of shit. And then she'd find something else to bitch about, Hey, Tim Farrell's here. Good to see Tim. Hi, gang, he says. Well, hi back at you, Tim. Thanks for joining us here in the Truckers Lounge, as I like to call it. Big Hook says, yeah, I love it here, Mish, about Canada. It's expensive for some, but I have managed fixed costs, so I am okay for the moment. Pastor Bodaster, women's rights protects lives. That it does. Gino Maynard says, conservatives just don't want a strong border. They want a demilitarized zone between the U.S. and Mexico, weapons-free zone. Yeah, they want their own little DMZ. These so-called conservatives, though, they sure don't have any issue with hiring undocumented workers. Howie Z's here. How you, T. John? Hello, Howie Z. Good to see you. Thanks for stopping in. Make sure you hit the like, subscribe, and share button, and then share it. I always bring that up whenever I see a new face in the crowd here. But thanks for being here. We got 40 thumbs up. So you guys are awesome. Let's see. What other meme do I have to pop in here? Let's see. And here's one. Let's read this one. Let me just blow that one up a little bit. President Biden is in France today to commemorate. Let me move this over a little bit. The 73,000 brave Americans lost in Normandy 80 years ago. Trump is not allowed into France because he's a convicted felon. Let me put this over here somewhere. We can put it crooked. I kind of like the crooked look. Let that sink in, folks, as Ajeda would say. I like when he says that. Let that sink in, folks. Trump can't even go over there because he's a convicted felon. He's a criminal. convicted of a felony, so Trump can't even go over there. And when he did go over there, all he did was bitch and complain about shit. He didn't even. And this is where he was calling, soldiers, suckers and losers and all that shit, right? So, all I gotta say is, vote blue, vote for Joe, because the choice is obvious. It's clear. You're gonna vote for a convicted felon, he's a lifelong criminal. Come on, what are you guys thinking? I know you guys don't do that, but I'm talking. If some troll or maggot just happens to be watching or comes across this, or some Republican or whatever, just like, what are you thinking? If I was a Republican, and let's say I wasn't a maggot, and I was just like a kind of a normal person or whatever, a more regular normal person or a more reasonable person, and Trump was my choice of my party leader or whatever. Well, I think I would leave the party. But I couldn't. I don't know how I could vote for Trump. I mean, why would I vote? I guess they get all into that conspiratorial stuff about how it's. I guess they believe Trump that it's a rigged trial or something. I don't know, but I mean, people. That's more the maggots. I mean, where are the reasonable, level-headed Republicans? Are there any? I'm not sure. Because I think that there are actually, and I think they're not voting. I think they're not voting, and that's what I would. If I was a Republican, and I wasn't a maggot, and I wasn't a total like right-wing nut job, I think I would just not vote, and I think a lot of them are going to be doing that. Mish says on the border, my son and his girlfriend received far more scrutiny going into Canada recently than they did coming back to the U.S. It's the opposite of the southern border. Pastor Berdaster, he got his gun rights taken away in New York too. Yep. Steve, he can't run here to his golf courses anymore. Trophy Cat says they want to take us back to 1800s, saying things like only landowners get to vote, taking away minorities and women's rights to vote. Yes, they want to strip away everything. They even want to strip away child labor laws and shit. It's just ridiculous. It is ridiculous, but how many people actually even know what's going on? I mean, people don't pay attention. We do, you and I, and here in this chat, we pay more attention, but there's just so many people that don't really even know what's going on. And that's kind of sad. That is the sad thing of it. Fancy, won't they take away Trump's passport too? At some point they should. He's got to be considered a flight risk. Tim Farrell says Trump could get in by surprise entry at the beaches of Normandy, but not today. Bonnie Agliata says, how John Kelly didn't strangle him. I know, right? I mean, here's this guy who is like a freaking general. Yeah, I mean, Jolie reminds us, November, big blue wave, big blue wave, big blue wave. Howie Z says he is a felon. He is a felon. They could jail him in other countries as soon as he lands. Or at least turn him away, not let him in. Fancy says, I'm going to get a slice of pizza. Don't say anything good until I get back. Probably no problem there. There's probably no problem with me saying anything good. So, Mish says, there is a hilarious clip of Eric Swalwell naming off the huge list of countries Trump cannot enter. Yeah, I think I saw that too. That was good. I like Swalwell. He's good. Big Hook says, Mish, we have a fentanyl crisis here. The other problem is many people try to smuggle guns up here and sell for a quick profit. Torvy Cat, I wonder if the children locked in cages are working in Ivanka's factory. Maybe. Bede says Barr, Haley, etc. said he's unfit, but now they're voting for him. What the fuck? Shallow, unscrupulous people. Yeah, what do you expect? They've always been that, so, what do you expect? Generator, black conservatives sort of celebrating Jim Crow era. My God, how much are they paying that guy off? Yeah, that one dude, where's he at, in Pennsylvania or something? I mean, is your political career that important to you that you would sell yourself out to that degree? Oh my God, it's just bizarre. But, I guess what people will do to gain a little bit of power or whatever. MJ Daniel says, if the border were shut down 100%, big ag, the big meat packing plants, farmers, and many other employers would scream their heads off. Close the border is a GOP lie. They would go out of business. They wouldn't just be screaming their heads off. They'd go out of business. MJ Daniel also says here, given that Drumpf is now a felon and many MAGA are also felons because of Jan 6, is it legal for them to associate? Well, I suppose that might be what the wording of their sentencing. I don't know if it's just a standard thing. I think it might be the wording of the sentencing, and they usually do put that in there, not to associate with any known associates, whatever, however they word it. But yeah, I guess that would be part of the sentencing, I think. How is he? Says it's an upside down MAGA world. Misha says, understood. We don't scrutinize people coming in from the northern border, and we do from the southern border. Wonder what the difference is. I roll. I wonder what the difference is. Roxanne Arfield, I don't think they would appreciate the drastic increase in grocery prices. MJ Daniel. Toby Cat, what is Trump promising these people? Hasn't Trump proved himself unreliable and will throw anyone under the bus? Yeah, I wonder that too, Toby Cat. Why do they keep hanging on? Haven't they learned their lesson? Isn't losing your law license enough, or isn't being sentenced to some jail time and being convicted of a felony? Isn't that enough? What will it take for these people to stop? I guess they're still holding out that Trump's going to win re-election, and then he'll be able to pardon them and restore their whatever they've lost or whatever. That's what I guess. Maybe they're at the point where it's like I'm all in. I can't fold now. I got to ride this thing out. They've sort of put them in a position where they're just stuck, I think. Because they've lost so much now, it's too late for a lot of these folks. They hitched their wagon to the Trump train, and now they're just going to go down with the ship. All kinds of mixed metaphors there, but you know what I mean. I think they're just stuck now. I'll just skip that one. Try not to water trolls. Big Hick says, we used to go down across the border when the exchange rate was decent in our most ratty shoes and clothes and buy new ones and declare only meal and milk and cheese purchases after filling up the gas. Are you talking about the going into the U.S.? Beat says, or retribution towards libs, maybe Torvey. Mish, I have to back up at work, miss stuff. Oh. Not sure if you missed much. At least not from me. But yeah, from the other chatters, you probably missed some good stuff. But yeah. Bonnie Agliata says they made their bed. Now they gotta sleep in it. Right? How is he? Best poker face. Oh, so Roxanne said go in fancy. I guess I skipped fancy. Who says it's very hard to admit you're wrong. It's just cowardly. Well, yeah. I mean, it's one thing to admit you're wrong, or if they have to do that, but why do they even have to admit anything? Why don't they just go away? You know what I mean? They can just go away. Stop doing interviews. Stop being, you know. Do they love the camera that much? They can't stop talking. It's like, stop talking now. Stop talking now. You can just stop talking. But, well, they don't. Yeah, see, I knew we had a troll. Thanks, troll, for being here. It kind of makes me. I guess it's kind of. Is it sort of like a badge of honor when you get a troll, and it's like, you know, they want to. Maybe they think you're saying something good, and they got to shut it down. So I guess it's sort of like a badge of honor when we get a troll. That's what I heard anyhow. I've also heard it's good for the algorithm. So thanks, troll, for being here, getting us out in the algorithm. How is he says MAGAs have to put on their best poker face to support that clown still. Torvy Cat. For some reason I keep wanting to say Tory Cat. I don't know why. Torvy Cat. When I lived in San Diego, I used to go to TJ and shop. The border was run very organized. Why aren't other border crossings like that? I don't know. But I used to go to TJ like when I was a kid. This is like with my folks, of course. I'm talking about way back in the 60s and 70s. And it was actually nice. I mean, you could go down there and we could stay overnight, get a hotel, stay right on the beach. You know, we could we go down to Ensenada or Rosarito Beach, you know, some of these places, and just have a really nice little vacation, a little weekend vacation, a little getaway. And everything was really cheap. I remember I would just have coins in my pocket, just nickels and dimes, and I could actually buy shit at these little shops and stuff that they have out. I could buy, I could buy a pair of those. They used to make those sandals made out of old tire treads, but they were really nice. Of course, I had a pair of those. I think I paid, I don't know, 50 cents for it or something. I bought a handmade leather crafted wallet. It was really beautiful. I think I still have it somewhere. That I bought probably in like 1969. I think I talked the guy down to 10 cents. I forget where the starting price was. It might have been $1 or something. And I talked I was so proud. I talked the guy down all the way down to 10 cents. One thin dime, and for this beautiful brown leather handcrafted wallet. And I remember running back to my folks. I think I was like 9 or something. So it wasn't like I was 5, but I was like 8 or 9. And I remember running back and going, "Hey, look what I got! And I go, "I talked the guy all the way down from $1 to 10 cents." Because I guess that's what you did. That you would negotiate prices. Like I guess I learned it from my parents, because they would buy a bunch of stuff and they were always like negotiating the prices. It wasn't like in the States when you walk into, then we had Grants. You guys remember Grants? Or Kmart or whatever, you didn't negotiate prices. You just bought whatever it said. That's what it was. But when you went down to TJ, it was part of the fun was like, you know, negotiating the price down. So anyhow, that's my memory of TJ. Way back, going way back to the 60s. How Z says MAGAs have to put on their best poker face. Oh, I think I read that already. Some people are doing initials. I don't know what that's about. Pastor Bodaster, why do maggots want to fuck Biden? Closeted much? Oh, I don't know. I must have missed something. I don't know. How is he? Oh, Kurt C. FJB. What does that mean? Oh, that means fuck Joe Biden. Oh, that's another. So we got another. Is that the other troll? So hey, they're multiplying. They're multiplying. Gina Mayer, Nogales, Arizona was nice. Nogales. Pastor Bodaster, Mexican food and women are hot. Yes, I agree. Absolutely. Pastor Bodaster. Wait, Pastor Bodaster. Absolutely. Mexican food is probably my favorite food, and I love Mexican women. Mish, exactly my point about the difference in the attitude about the border. Thanks, troll. Yeah, exactly. Turby Cat, you can take the trolley to TJ now. Fun to go to when I was younger and to go to nightclubs. Yeah, they did have some big nightclubs down there. I remember when I got to nightclub age, I didn't go in. I think I was afraid or something. I heard too many stories about stuff, so I don't think I ever went, because I go down with my friends and we would kind of party down there, but we were kind of hesitant. And then I had really bad. I actually did have a really bad incident that happened to me. I've told this story before. It was in 1989 when I was just before I was getting married. Me and a couple of friends went down there just to have sort of like a little bachelor party type of thing. And we ended up getting kidnapped by these group of dudes that claimed to be policia or whatever. They had blue shirts with badges, and they had guns on their hips. You know, they were wearing guns, and they were just shaking us down for money. They ended up finally, after we gave them all our money and being stuck in a jail cell, they finally let us go in the middle of the night, and we just got hightailed it out of there. And I haven't been back to Mexico since 1989. So unfortunately, it wasn't the good old times I used to have with my parents when I was down there. You know. Toby Cat, this was early 2000. We've done there. Big Hook, Canada is cheaper for medications. Mini Cross for that, and our walk-in clinics is like $3.99, but with exchange cheaper than your deductible, and you will get what you need prescription-wise. Howie Z, haggling used to be a real art form. My father was a pro. Yeah, it was fun down there to do that. Big Hook says dental is a lot cheaper in Mexico. Yeah, I've thought about going down there to do some dental work down there, as opposed to Thailand, because I was thinking about going to Thailand, but Thailand is kind of an expensive flight, and it's like a 20-hour flight or whatever. And whereas, you know, Mexico is not too far from here, and so I was thinking about doing that, but we'll see. Now I'm going to go like this, but I'm self-conscious about my teeth. Howie Z says it was really fun to watch the old man work a guy over a deal. Mish used to go to Mexico on the regular. It was so fun. Gina Maynard, how lonely do you have to be to troll a chat room with 30 people? Buck up, little one. It's not that it's just 30 people. It's the mighty 30. We got 30 mighty people in here. Mr. Spock. So we're doing flags now. Mish is love Canada, I guess. Mr. Spock. This says Jamaica and Bob Marley. Seems rather random. I don't know. Seems a little random to me. A little rando. Mish says, my sister went to Thailand and got to visit with tigers. Oh, wow. Yeah, I was really looking into Thailand a lot. I haven't done it too much lately. It's kind of funny how I go through these stages of stuff I look at or look into. And I was really looking into Thailand, not only for the dental work, but I was also thinking about retiring to Thailand or Mexico or Costa Rica, some of these places they're like sort of have big expat communities, and where you can really make your dollar go a long, long way, a lot further than here. So that's why I was thinking about doing that. But I don't know. I don't know if I want to. It's the tough thing about it is my kids live in California, my family, and going to Thailand is so far away. I would never see them again. Because I think, oh, if I want, I could just fly home for Christmas or fly home. But I bet you I wouldn't. I mean, it's a big flight. I don't know. Whereas let's say if I found an expat community in Mexico, I mean, it's a short flight. If you get to an airport, it's a really short flight, and or I could drive. It's just a few hour drive. Drive up. So if it's like TJ, or in the Baja, along the Baja California part of it. Or if you went down into like the main part of Mexico, it still isn't. The flight is just a few hours. It's not like Thailand where it's, like 20 freaking hours. It's just crazy. Howazee says 3 million Americans live in Mexico. Yep. There's a lot of expats down there. Big Hook. Other benefits, John, in Thailand, a Thai massage is a life-changing experience. The scenery, food, and culture are extraordinary. Wildlife is everywhere. Yeah, all that all sounds great. That's definitely a draw. Is that a draw? What do you call it? Not a draw like a tie, but a draw like it draws you to it. But the thing I also think I don't like though is I'm hearing that it's really humid and hot and humid there. And I don't like hot and humid places. I don't like Florida. I don't like the Gulf Coast, like Louisiana, especially in the summer. I mean, I hate it down there. So if that's what Thailand's like, then that's almost a deal breaker right there. Even though I've seen all kinds of videos and it looks beautiful. They've got beautiful beach communities and beautiful areas. But if it's like hot and sticky all the time, like Florida or Louisiana or something, then I don't know if I could take it. Now it might only be that way, but during their summer, I guess because they do have high season and low season, all that kind of stuff. So I guess because their high season, that means it's more tourists come because the weather is nicer. It's not as hot. Maybe it's not as humid. So yeah, it probably isn't that way year round. So I just don't know. But to me, that was kind of the deal breaker. The distance from my family is number one, and then number two was if there's just long months of it being hot and humid, then that I wouldn't like that. That's almost like I said, that's almost a deal breaker. Trophy Cat says, MAGA thinks if we did away with these workers' wages would go up for those jobs, but it will also increase the prices of products. Me says, Roxanne Arfield, the pictures were amazing. She was lying on one's back. The tigers in Thailand, huh? Wow. Mish, just chilling with the big kitties. That's, it's always kind of scary. Like, you just never know when one of them, even if they're raised in captivity and they're used to humans and they grow up being raised, in that type of thing instead of out in the wild. Maybe that's, these tigers are like that maybe. But so you just never know, and one just might get a little ornery and not even mean to kill you. But they don't got to do much, just a little paw swipe, a little too aggressively, and you could have your face ripped off, But the thing you got to watch out for there is the monkeys. The monkeys can be pretty vicious down there, even the little ones. I've seen a bunch of videos of these monkeys attacking people, and it can get pretty gruesome and scary. Big Hook says, fresh food every day in Thailand, watermelon all year long, the fruit is to die for. Trophy Cat, MAGA would be able to handle that kind of work. There are a lot of Mexican restaurants where they work as cooks, waiters, and busboys. I miss real Mexican food. I love Mexican food. Mish says, at Roxanne Arfield, ain't should pay more attention to how I word things. Oh, I should pay more attention. A little typo, that's okay. We all do it. I do it all the time. Gina Maynard says, if Americans picked the fruit, oranges would be $50 a bag. Bonnie Ugliata, I got enough problems, no chilling with tigers or monkeys. Trophy Cat, but MAGA also complains about $20 an hour, while the average Russian makes $20 a day. Russians can't afford to go to the grocery market Tucker went to. See, that's why I say vote blue no matter who. Because if you want decent, good wages, living wages, you're not going to get that with the Republicans. Mr. Spock says, friend in the early 90s showed me a picture of the prostitute he got for a week, paid $20 US for the week. Looking at the picture, he should have upgraded. He was, maybe. He always was super cheap, loving out loud. Yeah, might have, for $40, who knows. Misha says, now she works with raptors. She was going to UC Davis to be a veterinarian and quit because of the impending debt. Well, if she had stuck with it, then she might have got that debt forgiven by good old Joe Biden right there. Mr. Spock in Thailand, and there's I guess Thailand flag. Jolie says, Mish, someone told me their pet bear was tame, and to pet it, it put my whole arm in its mouth. They told me not to pull or it would think I was playing. I had to just wait for it to let go. Yeah, I don't know if I would have even wanted to do that. Jolie says she's going to pass on the big cats. I know, they look so cute though. Even if they're big tigers, they can look so cute. But then you got to remind yourself, these things are man-eaters. Roxanne Arfield, not sure how I feel about that, Mr. Spock. Yeah, me too. Mish says, Jolie, yeah, you gotta watch out for them bears. Now, I wonder if I just sort of kind of proved my own point. Like, about trolls. Because sometimes I've said, hey, don't water the trolls. Because if you pay them attention, that's what they want. And I pretty much ignored them. I did make some mention of them, but not like sometimes I get really tempted to just get in there, you know, just to have it out with them, you know. And that's exactly what they want. That's what gives them a big boner. You know, they want you to interact and just, you know. But I pretty much dismissed them, and I think they're gone. Unless Jolie banned them, I don't know. But I think they just went away. So a lot of times, so I think that worked. I think about not watering the trolls. I think that might be the best thing. You just kind of ignore them. You don't take the bait, and I think they'll go away. Turby Cat says they do roofing and bridge work. They do very hard work. Yep, I agree. They built most of the houses I've probably lived in at least in the last 40 years or so. You know? Did this thing freeze? For some reason, my iPad seems to be freezing up. I don't know why. Roxanne Arfield, bears are nice to look at from a distance. Yeah. I know. Because, see, even though bears can look cute, and little cubs and stuff can be cute, but, yeah, they'll rip your whole body in half. Fancy says, those panda bears are so cute to me. Yeah, they are cute. They're so roly-poly. You know, they're like little roly-polies. But you got to remember, they're animals. And even if they don't mean to hurt you, they could fuck you up pretty bad. Gina Maynard says, or their mom finished making the pizza rolls. Yeah. It's like, they're yelling, the mom's yelling down in the basement, pizza rolls are ready, get up here. And they're like, Mom, not done yet. Mish, I choose the turtles. Jolie says, the trolls did just go away. I didn't ban them unless they attack someone. Say something extremely offensive or until I just get bored with them. Okay, so they just went away because I didn't take the bait too much. I mean, I did mention them a little bit. But not like sometimes. You know how I can get sometimes. Like, I just want to tussle, you know. And that's what they want. The whole idea, the whole goal of a troll, ooh, there's a rhyme there somewhere, is to get people riled up and upset, and when you do that, they just probably get a big raging boner. So don't give trolls big raging boners. That's the words of wisdom today from Trucker John. I used it probably more. It's probably more appropriate to say don't water the trolls. But I think I'm updating that to don't give the trolls a big raging boner. Anyhow, enough boner talk. Roxanne says, yikes, Big Hook, that's too close for comfort. Oh, what did I miss from Big Hook? Oh, we got bears here rooting around with people's garbage. Oh yeah, Big Hook. Well, yeah. I've had bears walk right in front of me, like scare the shit out of me. Camping up in the sequoias, up in the redwood forest in California, it's scary as shit. Just walk right across. Like my cousin and I, so when we were kids, we were in a tent, and we had I think we had the flap open or something, because I remember laying in my sleeping bag, and my cousin, I think we were both awake. because we could hear stuff going on. And we're like, what's that noise, you know? And then all of a sudden we see this big motherfucking bear just walk right across the opening of the tent. And I mean, this is like the biggest bear I've ever seen. This was a huge bear. This wasn't like a little bear. And it was kind of funny how he just walked, you know, right across, and he's like right across our tent. And we just both like, we zipped it up. We were just like, oh, and we didn't move. We were just like, don't move, you know, and the bear went across. And I think a couple of them went across. And we're just like, oh shit. And my parents, we had a camper, a really nice camper, you know. My parents were in the camper. And then we waited, and then we didn't see any bears for a while. And then we're like, we just both looked at each other. It's like we didn't even say anything. We just both looked at each other, and we're just like, fuck this. You know, we were like, I think we were like 12 or 13 or something. And we just jumped out of our sleeping bags and ran straight to the camper. And I think they had the door locked from the camper. Because I remember we were like pounding, like, let us in. And mom or my dad, I forget, it's like, open the door and like, what's up, what's going on, you know? And we're like, fucking bears are out here, man. And they're like, come in, you know. So we slept in the camper. But we thought it'd be cool to sleep out in the tent, you know. Because we had a tent. We brought a tent, even though we had the camper. And but we're like, no way. And then we saw the damage. These bears went through the campground, and people were leaving food in their cars. To lock it up, I guess, to protect it from the bears. I think this is back before they had those sort of like bear-proof big containers that you could put your food in. And there was a station wagon. I think the whole door had just been ripped off, and you can see all these claw marks on the guy's car because they had like a cooler chest in there, and the bears went after that cooler chest, man. So it was pretty crazy. That was my bear story. Big Hook says, have you seen that video where a brown bear chases a black bear up a 50-foot tree? I don't think I saw that one. Bonnie Agliata, the goal of troll. Brenda Triplet's here. It says hi, Trucker John, Jolie in chat. Hello, Brenda Triplet. Good to see you. Thanks for stopping in for a bit here at the old Trucker's Lounge, Driver's Lounge, whatever this is. Good to see you. Big Hook says, we have coyote cat eaters and raccoons. Wait, coyote cat eaters? Skunks and bears who regularly come out from the local mountains. Bede says, crikey. Mish says, my toxic trait is thinking that all those critters just want to be hugged. Yeah. That'd be nice if you could just hug them like a kitty or a puppy. But I don't know. I don't think so. They're just wild animals. You just never know what they're going to do. Just never know what they're going to do. They're like a box of chocolates. You never know what they're going to do. J-Nay. I think I got another meme up here that I saved. Let's see. Which one is this? This one, what does this one say? Let's see, what does it say? Let's put it right in front of my face. Let's see. So I can read it. This quote didn't age well. A candidate under federal investigation has no right to be running. Further, it would be virtually impossible for a president under indictment to govern. D. Trump, November 2016. Yeah, that didn't age well. did it? Did not age well. So, Donald Trump, you are going to withdraw, right, from running because you are a convicted felon, and so there's no way that you could be effective at governing. So you need to drop out ASAP because you're a criminal and you're a convicted felon, and you need to drop out. You said it. You said it yourself. What, are you going back on that, Trump? What? So you did you mean it then, or did you not mean it now? Trump, you miserable piece of fucking shit. That's what you are. You're just a fucking piece of shit. So I hope everybody votes. Vote in November. Vote in your primaries, but vote in November. Vote for Joe Biden, please. Please. Vote for oh my God. Vote for Democrats. All down the line. All down the ticket. We need to get the House back. We can't have people like this Perry guy, being part of an oversight committee on the FBI when they were a target of the FBI because they were very clearly involved with Jan 6 and planning of it. We can't put up with that shit. Let's not put up with it. Let's not put up with this continual war on women, war on equality, war on civil rights, war on health. This is what the Republicans do. They want to strip away everything. And they do want to take us back to the 1800s or the 1700s or the 1600s. There's no doubt about that. So, vote blue. If you know what's good for you. Brenda Triplett says, we've got a mountain lion. Oh, those are dangerous too. My friends have caught on camera in the area right outside our town. He's been hunted 3 years now, but nobody has caught him. Those mountain lions, they're killers too, man. I remember a few years ago, there was a woman hiking on a trail in California, not far from where I lived, where one just came out of the bushes and got a hold of her by the neck and dragged her off. And I think she was hiking with some other people, and by the time they got to her, she was dead. The thing just ripped her throat out, Gino Maynard said, so many raccoons when I lived in Santa Barbara, mostly friendly. With their little hands. Don't you just love their little hands? Their little raccoon hands. Big Hook, what's entertaining is watching the gray squirrels chasing the black squirrels. They really hate each other. They're little racist assholes, aren't they? Roxanne Armfield says, he has selective memory, Trucker John. Yeah, apparently. Or he'll just say, I never said that. I never said that. It's like when he said he never said lock her up about Hillary. So he would just deny it. I never said that. No. You can show him all the video in the world. Nope, not me. I didn't do it. It wasn't me. I did not say that. I hate Trump. Jenna Maynard says, GOP wants Gilead USA, Handmaid's Tale theocracy. Yeah, exactly. Every time so much of this shit that's going on in real life, it just makes me think of Handmaid's Tale. It's right out of Handmaid's Tale. I mean, was it Margaret Atwood, the author of the book? She was fucking visionary. Because I think she wrote that in the 80s. And I don't know, someone read that and thought, hey, that's a good idea. Maybe we have Margaret Atwood to blame for all this shit. She gave them the handbook. I don't know. Torby Cat says he is such a pig. When he was talking about his locker up chant, he referred to her as President Clinton's wife, totally negating her being U.S. Secretary and everything she has done for the U.S. Yeah, she was Secretary of State. She was a U.S. Senator. She's done way more for this country than Donald Trump has ever done. Donald Trump hasn't done anything for this country. All he's done is take. He doesn't know how to give. Roxanne Armfield says, we occasionally have mountain lions wandering through our area. Big Cook says, yeah, Politics Girl had a guy calling out the bastardization of Christianity with these maggots. Yep. I agree with that. Bede says, have you covered the lunatic MTG attacking poor old Fauci in an oversight hearing? She is out of control. I kind of led the show off with that. We were talking about MTG and how horrible she is, and we talked about Fauci a little bit. You know, how she just has no, not even just respect. She's just horrible, and she's in a position of power where there are people that listen to her and will just believe her or lap it up. You know what I mean? They see that disrespect and then they think they can be disrespectful to doctors or whatever. You know, it's horrible. She's a horrible person, and I really wish that the people of her district would. I really wish they would reach a point where they just had enough, and just not vote for her. But I guess you know. I guess that ain't happening. I don't know. Because I don't see how people can vote for her unless they're just like her. Just are there really that many disgusting, horrible people in her district? Apparently so. Enough. Let vote and they get her in there. But she's disgusting. Big Hook. Atwood is a Canadian legend. There you go. Tim Nelson running way behind, but I made it. Morning, Sugar John and Convoy. Well, thank you so much, Tim Nelson, for being here in the driver's lounge. Make sure you hit that like, subscribe, and share. And when you hit the share button, actually share it. That'd be a nice thing. Barney Egliata, Big Hook. Saw that Politics Rule interview. It was great. Steve says, we don't have many wild animals over here. We did have a bear in a zoo many years ago, famous because some moron was teasing it through the bars till it ripped his arm clean off. Oh my gosh. See? You know, you poke the bear, you're going to get your arm ripped off. Roxanne Armfield says the mountain lions are migrates just passing through Brenda Triplet. Bonnie Agliata, that's going to leave a mark, she says to Steve. Torby Cat, hey Trigger John, love your show. Have to leave. My neighbor needs help. Oh, okay, Torby. Good. Thank you for being here so much. And yeah, go help your neighbor, man. You're cool for doing that. We should all help our neighbors when they need help. So, but yeah, thanks for being here. Beat said spot on trucker. Roxanne says, good morning, Tim Nelson. Brenda Triplet at Roxanne Armfield. My grandpa used to track them for the farmers in winter. Mr. Spock says they thought it was a deer. So I missed whatever Mr. Spock had said. Somehow I skipped over it, I think. Or did I? I don't know. Should I scroll back? Is there going back more? How far was that comment? I don't know. See, this is why I don't like scrolling back, because I don't know. I don't know what he said, but it's something about being something they thought was a deer. I don't know. Hey, my name's Kevin Anderson, is in the driver's lounge. Thanks for coming in and hanging out for a bit. While we hang out here, it's Thursday afternoon. What is it? Now, when I started the show, it was like 9, a little after 9. It was already, what did I say it was? Did I say 95? Was it 95 already? I can't even believe it. Let's see what it is now. Well, oh my God, we're at the 100 mark. We have reached 100 degree. We're at the 100 degree mark at 10:55. I don't know how long it's been 100, maybe, but it's 10:55 right now. It's already 100 degrees. Can you guys see that? Let's see. Can you see? Where's my watch at? I don't know if you can see it or not. Anyhow, it says 100 degrees. And it's supposed to get to, I think, 109. So we still got 9 degrees to go. I'm sure we'll get to it. It's only not even 11 o'clock and it's already 100 degrees. So. Thank God for AC. Because I'm in here and it doesn't feel too bad. Even though I don't have the AC running, because right next, literally, probably less than a foot away from me is an air conditioning unit. And I don't have that on, but I have the AC in the other room running. And it's doing a pretty good job. Still pretty comfortable in here. Brenda Triplett says, I watched the D-Day ceremonies today and had to close chat after giving my respects because so many hateful people on the AP stream. Wow. Brenda, you just got to ignore them. I mean, my hope is that that's not proportionate. When you get those trolls or whatever. I really hope that it's just that it just seems bigger than it is as far as when you see it. Because I don't think most people are that way, especially for D-Day and for Normandy, and for the respecting the veterans and what they did to save the world from Nazism. Maybe I'm naive, but my hope is that they really are. Most people are very thankful for the sacrifice that was made by all the veterans of all the allies and everybody. And that when you see that hate, I really hope that is just sort of like an anomaly or not representative of the true kind of numbers. You know what I mean? Because people could come in and they can control and be hateful like that, and on a chat stream or whatever, and I think it could get kind of magnified. So hopefully, that's not those folks that were spewing that hate are in the tiniest of minorities. Hopefully, but yeah, I could see how it could just get so disheartening, and you just got to turn it off, and that's unfortunate because you're trying to be watching a part of a really beautiful ceremony or something, and then these assholes got to ruin it. But my hope is that they are really a tiny little minority. Would be my hope. Roxanne says, I'm glad I'm not in Vegas now. Yeah, it's heating up here in Vegas. Misha says it's 60 where she's at. Big Trigger John is in the hot seat. Yeah. Fahrenheit, yes, Fahrenheit. Tuata 106, let the right wing do what it wishes. Idiocy always lies on the floor. Amy Rintz is here. Hey, Amy, good to see you. Thanks for being here. Says Trump is scheduled to do a rally sometime this month at noon. And yeah, it's going to be this week, I believe. Saturday. Was it Saturday or Sunday? We talked about it earlier. I know it's this weekend at noon. I think it's Sunday for some reason. Shouldn't he be in church? But anyhow. and it's going to be at noon, so high noon in Las Vegas. And according to the Weather Channel, it's supposed to be a high of 105, but who knows? It might be more than that. And it's an outdoor event. It's not like it's an indoor event where people can get out of the heat. He's going to have it outdoors because I think that's all he can get. I don't think he can get, indoor facilities very much anymore because he is such a grifter, such a con man, where he doesn't pay his bills, so he can't get any facilities that are worth a shit. And but yeah, that's going to be this weekend, Amy. Where it's going to be at least 105. Jolie says he was being adorable when I left this morning. I think that's the turtle we're talking about. Mish followed me every time I walked from one room to the other. He followed in his aquarium. Granted, he was just begging for food. Still so cute. Big hook, Jolie, the turtle imprinted on you. A turtle mom. Misha, Jolie, no, it wasn't just for food. Hush that thought. Mr. Spock says, I'd love to go to a Trump rally and do a Jake Bird impersonation. I don't know who Jake Bird is, but I'd like to go and just ask some questions, get some of those funny MAGA responses. Jolie says, hi, Tim Nelson, Abrams, Toyota 106. Beat says, hope Trump orange makeup runs all over his shirt collar. Well, as we were talking about earlier, it seems like he's not putting on as much of that makeup anymore. For some reason. But I don't know. Maybe he's gotten allergic to it or something. Maybe he's finally reached the age where he says, like, I'm just done with it. I don't know. Who knows? Who knows what freaking Trump is doing? Mr. Spock, I think Jake Bird is on Jimmy Kimmel. Alvin Stube says, Hal got tickets for Trump rally. This should be good. Oh, did he really? That will be awesome. If Hal can go there and he should do like, those guys that do the interviews of people. That would be so awesome. Where you could ask him like, do you think the Trump trial was rigged or something? And just have him do that. And then he can go, so do you think that the DOJ going after Bob Menendez, that's rigged too, right? And they probably don't know who Bob Menendez is. I don't know. So that I hope he goes. I hope Hal does go, and I hope he either live streams or does video or makes videos of him interviewing some maggots. That would be fucking awesome. Because that's what I would like to do. But Hal could do it like a million times better, I'm sure. Big Hook says skateboarding turtle is now all the rage on YouTube chasing cats. Jolie says maybe the Republican Party is actually hoping he'll just have a heat stroke and the nightmare will finally be over for them too. Yeah, because there's a lot of people in the Republican Party. I had one in my car one time who was from New York, and he was just talking to the person he's with, and I was just eavesdropping, but he was the part of the Republican, RNC, and he was saying like how Trump was just bringing him down, and they didn't know what to do with him because he was like, "What are we going to do with Trump?" And I was gonna chime in, but I just didn't feel comfortable. I mean, not that they were going to do anything violent or anything, because they weren't. They were nice people, but I just didn't feel like it was my place to jump in. But I probably would do it now because I've kind of changed. I've had a few conversations with people that were kind of political, and they've actually been pretty good conversations. So I wish when I had the RNC guy in there that I would have maybe chimed in a little bit or asked him a question or something. But he definitely was worried about Trump and upset about how Trump was taking over the party. Literally, this was back before I think Laura Trump had been appointed as the head or co-head or whatever. But I think it had been put out there, but I don't think it had gone through yet. So yeah, there are plenty of people, like more of the established Republicans, that would love to see Trump just go away one way or the other, because he's taking over the party and he's crashing it, just like he crashes everything. Everything. Gino Maynard says Trump is gonna use a Browner Foundation and be Senior Donald minority outreach. Fancy says Terry Taro by the Bay said it can happen anytime now. Big Hook, The Good Liars, or Jordan Klepper, or Luke Beasley. Right, those guys. Steve says, okay, $10 says Hal wears the dark Biden empty shirt when he's there. Adam Mokler does a great job too. Or Mockler. Well, Trucker John would like to take a stab at it someday too. I'll have to figure out where it is. Oh wait, he had tickets, so I guess I gotta get tickets to this thing. I'm gonna see if I can get tickets. I'll have to Google that, I guess, and find out how I can get tickets. If it's not too late. Mr. Spock says, Hal should do a Jake Bird bit at the Trump rally. Again, I don't know who Jake Bird is. I don't know what he does. I don't know what his bits are. Vernaculary, Trump is the Republican Party. Yeah, he is. Hey, Vernaculary, by the way, thanks for being here. Good to see you. Make sure you hit that like and subscribe and share button for me. We're at 49 thumbs ups. Can we get the one more? Can we get the 50? Can we get to the big 50? That'd be pretty cool. Is Terry Taylor here? Hey, Terry Taylor is here. Well, good to see Terry Taylor. Thanks for dropping by. We're just hanging out here in the driver's lounge. We're just hanging out, shooting the shit. Make sure you like, subscribe, and share. If you would do that for me, that'd be awesome. Midas Touch, Steve says. MT, Midas Touch. Okay. I didn't know he had a Midas Touch shirt. Big Hook, Hal could do his Ficus voice, fit right in among the maggots. Mr. Spock, Jake Bird got famous by being O.J. Simpson's biggest fan. Oh, I don't even remember that. I don't know. Bernard Trump says Donnie has the dirt on the GOP and they are terrified of him using it. Plus, they are scared of his deranged followers' threats. Yeah, that's why a lot of them are just riding it out because they know eventually, he's going to go away. He's either going to go to prison, or he's going to die, or he's going to lose the election and just slink off somewhere. So they're just waiting it out. Waiting it out. I'm just laughing because we were at 49 thumbs ups and I asked to get to 50 and then somebody unfriended it, I guess, and now we're at 48. You guys are funny. Funny whoever did that. Mad Max here. Hey, Mad Max, Slava Ukraini. Good to see Mad Mac. Good to see you. Welcome to the Driver's Lounge. Hey, we just got to 50. Now we're at 50. All right. Thank you so much, you guys. That's pretty awesome. There's just something about it. I thought 50 would be nice, and we're there. So thank you so much. But Mad Mac is here. Vernaculary says, where the like button go? No Gusta website redesign. I don't know. I see it right there underneath my little face where it says Trucker John. It also says we have over 1,780 subscribers. So I want to thank everyone for subscribing. You guys are awesome. We're almost to 1,800. So we're continuing to grow. And I do appreciate it. Appreciate every single one of you. Even the trolls. I appreciate you guys for being here and hanging out. And, you know, we're just hanging, man. Having a good time. Mish says, Heroyam Slava. That's a new one. That's a new term for me. Big Hook says, yeah, Jolie, that's my happy place retreat video along with Mish. Oh, sometimes I miss what you guys are talking about. Terry Taylor, I just thumbed up. Thank you, Terry. Thank you so much. Yeah, we're at 51 now. Mad Max, sorry, I was messing with the like button. Oh, was that you that dropped us down to 48? Mad Mac, you scoundrel, you. Hey, Julie says Trucker John has memberships, super chats. You can also support the show by liking, subscribing, and sharing, or buy me a coffee. Over there at buymeacoffee.com/JR Fowler. But then, I don't know what the HX is. Anyhow, I don't know. Just hit that link and it'll take you there, I guess. Roxanne, I meant good afternoon, vernaculary. It's still morning here in the Pacific time zone. But depending on where you're at. Big Hook, skateboarding turtle video, John. Oh, the one where he's chasing the thing. Okay. I know, I got to keep up. I got to keep up with you guys. Vernacular, Roxanne Armfield waves. See, it's funny how sometimes the emoji doesn't come through and just sort of like that command prompt comes through. Hey, look at their fancy gifted Trucker John memberships. Mr. Spock was gifted a membership. Thank you, Fancy. That's so awesome of you. Thank you so much. I do appreciate you. As you do that. Okay, looks like we are over 2 hours. I think I might have to call an end to this. Mid-Max Spock is a winner. Chicken dinner. I do got some stuff I got to do. I'm actually in the midst of a bit of a controversy with Hertz. Something was going on with the billing. So I ended up taking the car back. I just sort of taking that car back yesterday, and so I'm without a car right now because I don't know what happened, but there was some kind of weird billing going on where they were like the normal charge is usually around $440 a week or $430, $440 a week to rent that car. And then all of a sudden, I got this one charge for like $788. And then I got another one where they did like a $450 charge on one day. And then the next day they did another like a $480 charge, like the very next day. You know, so that was over $900, almost $1,000 right there. Like back to like within a day of each other. It's only supposed to be once a week, where the contract auto renews once a week on my day that the contract was due. And so I kind of was contesting it. And I don't know, so I just turned it back in. I'm just like, no hard feelings, because no matter who I talk to, they're like, we don't have information, we don't have the billing information. And then they give you a number to try to call the billing department. And then that's like, this number is no longer in use or whatever. And then it'll say, contact the Warm Springs office. And then you contact the Warm Springs office, and there is no phone for them. There's only this online check-in thing. And I literally have waited like in that thing for 6-7 hours. So anyhow, it was just a big thing, and I just took the car back. And I've looked into, there are actually other companies that you can rent from that are associated or affiliated with Uber. And I went on their sites, but and I haven't gone over there yet. I'm thinking I'm just going to go back to Hertz and let everything sort of play out, and I'll just start over. Because I think what happened, this all started happening when a few weeks ago they wanted me to take the car in for this EV check. And then when I went to do the EV check, they couldn't do it. And then, because they send you a voucher, because you have to take it to like a shop. And all they do is basically just look at the thing. I mean, they don't really do anything. It's not like a gas-powered car where they actually do shit. For the EV checks, they just kind of look at it, make sure there's no body damage, make sure the tires are inflated. You know, basically it takes like literally 5 or 10 minutes. But they couldn't get to it, and then the voucher ran out, and it was right around when the contract was due. So I think that set off this sort of domino effect where it just screwed up the billing or something. I don't really know. But I didn't notice they took out another $900 and something out of my account just yesterday. So, but that is my source of income, is doing the Uber. It's either that or I go back to truck driving, which I'm thinking about doing now. But I still don't have the desire to go back out on the road, guys. I know I'm Trucker John and we do all this trucker stuff, and theming and everything, but I just don't have a desire to go back out on the road. I really don't. But I could go back on the road tomorrow, or I could get signed up tomorrow. I could be out on the road next week, you know, and I'd be out on the road and I'd be making good money. But I just don't have the desire to go out. I just don't. So I guess I'm gonna try with Uber again, renting at Hertz, and just really keep it buttoned down really tight, because it gets to the point where you're like, am I wrong? Did I do something wrong, or is it you guys? Should I be, you know? Because I was talking to another driver because I was over there, and he was saying like he had the same thing happen to him, and he had to contact his bank and just dispute the charges, and they refunded the money back to him. Or I don't know how much it was. I think it was one charge he was talking about where they double billed him or something, and he said he got that like reversed. So I might have to do that. I don't know, but so anyhow, that's what I'm going to be messing around with that till next week probably, to get back into the Uber. Mad Mac, did you tell him to kiss you on the lips? Tell him you like to be kissed on the lips when you're getting screwed. And actually I do. So. It's a truism. Can't you drive locally? I guess I could find it. I don't know. I mean, I could. I with my license, I could drive locally, like in a big truck, but I wouldn't be able to do live streams probably. I know it would be a whole weird thing. I haven't really even looked. I know I get offers to get over the road. I get over the road offers all the time. Finding a local job will actually take some effort to go around and actually look for. And I'm 63 years old. I don't feel like job hunting. You know, I really don't. If I was 23 or 33 or 43 even, then that'd be a whole different story. You know, I could go job hunting and actually go out and try to find a local truck driving job where I'm just local and I'm not on the road. I'm home every night, home every weekend or whatever, or have a weekend, you know, off. But at 63 and I'm like, yeah, I don't want to do all that. Roxanne, I think you paid your dues. Thank you, Roxanne. I think so too. Mish says, thanks for the combo. Have an amazing day. Oh yeah, that's right. I was about ready to end the show, and I went off on that tangent. Sorry about that. that took us off on a whole new tangent. But yeah, we're about ready to. I'm about ready to end the show today. But you know what? Today is Thursday, right? That's right. I always forget. You know, I'm gonna be back on at 3 because today's Thursday, and that's when we do the House Parks hangout, pre-show hangout. So if you guys want to join me again at 3 p.m. Pacific time, we'll hang out for an hour right before Hal comes on at 4 Pacific time. Just remember, Hal and I are in the Pacific time zone. So adjust your clock accordingly, or adjust your whatever time it is for you accordingly to your time zone. But yeah, so how could I forget? Today's Thursday, and I'll be back on at 3 p.m. Pacific time. Well, just remember this, guys. Hal Sparks pre-show warm up. Well, no, pre-show hangout. I'm trying to call it a hangout instead of a warm up. We'll hang out for an hour. So if you guys want to hang out with me for an hour before Hal comes on, I'll see you right here in this very same spot, this very same channel, right here on the YouTube channel, Trucker John channel, 3 p.m. Pacific time. Let's hang out for an hour. If I had some beer, that's another thing. I don't have a car, so it's hard. I gotta go Uber to get some beer now. But anyhow, that's a whole other thing. I don't want to go on another tangent. But maybe I'll crack open a Pepsi and we can hang out for an hour. All right? Hey, thank you guys so much. Thanks for all the likes, the subscribes, the shares, all the interaction. You guys are awesome. You're the best chat. You're the best chatters in the world. I'm just gonna say it. I'm gonna put it out there. You guys are the best. You're the best. I'll see you in about, I don't know, 3.5 hours or so. All right.
Well, it's time to say goodbye. Show has come to an end. But don't be sad, no, don't you cry. We're all gonna come back and meet again. We'll have some fun times, hopefully nothing too bad. We might talk about war crimes. Might talk about Baghdad. I doubt we'll talk about door chimes. But if we did, I'd be only too glad. So hasta la vista, baby. The show is over, but could I ask you maybe to take a shower? No, that's not what I meant, but I couldn't think of anything to rhyme with over. Now my whole rhyming scheme is all screwed up. Oh shit, I should have stuck to truck driving, who I tried to kid. At least when I was out there driving, I could handle a skid. But doing this live stream, baby, has been a real kick. So I hope to see y'all again right here on the Trucker John live stream. We're gonna do it again and again, right here in the Trucker John live stream. Yeah, the Trucker John live stream. We're gonna come back and do it all again. No, this ain't no dream. This is where we win, right here on the Trucker John live stream. No, it's time to say goodbye. The show is coming in. Don't be sad, no, don't you cry. We're all gonna come back and meet again. Well, it's time to say goodnight. The show has come to an end. Don't be sad, no, don't you cry. We're all gonna come back and meet again. We'll have some fun times, hopefully. Nothing too bad. We might talk about war crimes, might talk about Baghdad. I doubt we'll talk about gold chimes, but if we did, I'd be on to glad. So hasta la vista, baby. The show is over, but could I ask you, baby, to take a shower? No, that's not what I meant. But I couldn't think of anything to rhyme with over. Now my whole rhyming scheme is all screwed up. Oh shit, I should've stopped a truck driving. Who am I trying to kid? At least when I was out there driving, I could handle the skid. Doing this live stream, baby, it's been a real kid. So I hope to see y'all again, right here on the Trucker John live stream. We gonna do it again and again and again, right here in the Trucker John live stream. Yeah, the Trucker John live stream. We're gonna come back and do it all again. No, this ain't no